Sorry guys, battery went dead. I have a, let me get them. Now they're old, so I'm not going to say that they're not. This is a Galaxy, and this is a Galaxy 3 or 4. I really don't remember, to be honest with you. But it's in great shape. We take care of our phones. You know, there's no reason for me to go out and buy a new phone for bells and whistles when this does everything I need it to do. See, I don't get on the internet with my phones. I don't do, I do some texting. All right? I may check the date. I may use it for a map. But other than that, I really don't use the phone. I don't get on the internet with it. I don't do YouTube. I don't do Facebook. I don't do all that crap with it. The phone is a phone. That's the way I look at it. And it has a few features that I use. The calendar, texting, you know, and I think I got a map in there or something. So I don't use it to where I have to go out and buy a new phone. This does everything I need it to do, and it's in great shape, other than the fingerprints that are on the screen. Now this particular one also has the backup battery, which is part of the case, so that, you know, when you turn it on, it'll charge the battery, and this is charged, and when I charge it, it charges both. So if the battery goes low, I just flip that switch, and I've got a full battery. So that's how that one works. And then I have, what you barking at, guys? Then I have the Note. I don't remember if this is the 4 or the 5, but it's a Note. Screen is dirty, naturally. And again, this one works fine. It does everything I need it to do. Now I do a little bit more with this one because it's faster. Oh, they're walking the dog across the street. That's what it is. Alright, so I keep some of the security cameras and things on this one, because this is the one I usually carry with me all the time. This one I basically just use it for the fire department. But this is, you know, my basic go-to phone. Ashbeth! Hey, don't talk back! He has to get the last word in. I knew it. So again, why do I need to buy a new phone? I'm going to go out and spend $500, $600, $700, $800, $1,000 to buy a new phone that I don't need? No, it's not going to happen. And I'm not going to go on a contract. All right? These phones are mine. I own them. I've always owned them. I always paid for the phone outright. I don't want any monthly contract bullshit. All right? And that's how it works. But meanwhile, the apps that you need to run this does not work on those Samsung phones. Now, those phones aren't antique. If you're making a Samsung camera, don't you think it would work on the Samsung phones? You know, I mean, hello. But at that point, apparently not. So there are video editing programs that will do 360. Wait, does that mean now I have to go out and buy a video editing program? Well, I looked at a couple. One of them is going to cost, well, the program itself, I didn't find out yet. I'm waiting to hear from them. I forgot the hell what the name of it was. But meanwhile, the program, the video editing program, just the regular video editing program, was $60. The other video editing program that they have, which is for the 360, is $80. So my question to them was, because it didn't say on the ad, does the 360 need the other one in order to work? Because if that's the case, I'm spending $130 for a program. Now, if it doesn't, I'm still spending $79 or $80 for a program to work a $90 camera. Yeah, so this doesn't make sense to me to have to spend more money. So I got a thing on the internet asking me, you know, was I satisfied and this and that, you know, how was the seller, and you know what I'm talking about. And so I put in there, I don't have it there right this minute, but I put in there that, you know, the seller did a fine job. Focus was the seller. It came to me. It was well packed. I got it within 2 days, which was great. You know, everything was fine. I'm happy with it. However, I'm not happy with the way the camera is advertised, even on the site, not the seller site, Samsung's. The camera should have somewhere in large type that it's not going to work with certain phones below a certain model, so that we don't get stuck with these things. Now, they'll take it back. I told them, if you can't send me a fix, meaning, you know, an app that's going to work with it on the phones that I have, or a program that I can put on the computer to work with it, all right, for free, I'm not spending any more money for it, then I'm going to want to return the camera. You know, and then that's it. I says, you know, it's not your fault. You may not have known it, blah, 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 blah. Or they may have known it, but more than likely they didn't. And that's all there is to it. So I sent it to them today, and we'll see what happens. And I told them if I return it, I'll be looking forward to seeing a return tag, because I don't want to pay to ship it back. You know, it's money out of my pocket because Samsung screws up. Now, Samsung is a pretty good company, so I don't know why they would even not do what they, you know what I mean? You know, you think they would put it in there someplace. Now, it may have been, but it may have been in such tight and out-of-the-way places that, you know, you can't find it, but yet they can say, well, it's there if you looked. You know what I mean? So, the camera itself, though, does a nice job. If you want to look at a fisheye camera, you know, because I did take a picture with it. I turned it on and I let it run for 10-15 minutes. I have it. Maybe I'll post it. I'll show you what I'm talking about with the regular programming, and then we'll take it from there. But other than that, I'm happy with it if it would work on either my program that I have or on my phone. Because if you do it on your phone, you can drop it into the computer, so I don't have to do it, you know, hook up the phone to Facebook or YouTube. I can just tie it in from my phone to the computer, and then I'm done. So I don't mean to confuse you with that. But meanwhile, like I say, if you have a newer Samsung smartphone, how new is new? I don't know. It would probably work. You know, I mean, it's one of those things, it's a hit and miss at this point, apparently. And there's no other apps out there for it. Now, somebody said, I heard on the internet, on YouTube somewhere, that it'll work with any Android. Well, it's not going to work with any Android if it won't work on a phone that's made by the company that made the camera. So what app do I need to use for it to work on any Android? You know, so again, that's where I'm at with this thing. All right, guys, I'm tying up a lot of your time. I'm sorry. I'm going to shut this one down, and I'm going to start another one and show you the shop.